All right, guys, Davey here from daviesworld.com. Got a couple of tips and techniques for throwing the A-rig for spotted bay bass. All right, guys, when you're out throwing the A-rig in the local Southern California harbors, a couple things to keep in mind. One's going to be the A-rig that you choose. Personally, I like a bladed rig. These guys have 4 blades on the 5 arms. The color of the blade is going to make a little bit of difference to you. A lot of personal preference into it. Today we've got a little bit of overcast. The sun keeps popping in and out. These are a gold blade. It gives it a nice little flash. The silver blades work great, as well as the copper and any other kind of color that you could think of. Gives a little extra flash. It attracts those fish in, gives a little extra vibration. The bait that you tie on, a lot of personal preference there as well. Everybody's got something that they like, something that works the best, whatever the the best bait happens to be. That's the one that they're fishing, of course. I got a variety of baits on here to show you that it does matter to an extent, but I'm throwing a bunch. As long as it's got a nice paddle tail to it and maybe a little side-to-side flash, it's going to get bit when you're chasing these spotted bay bass. Another thing to keep in mind when you're casting for spotted bay bass in the local harbors is your water depth. Today we're in Mission Bay. I'm out by Fiesta Island. I'm sitting in exactly 12.5 feet of water. It's an eelgrass spot, so that eelgrass comes up a foot, maybe to 2 feet off of the bottom. So what I like to do is I'll cast out as far as I can. I'll give it a 3 to 5 second count to let it get down. Then I'll real slow roll it over that eelgrass. You'll feel it bumping, but you want to keep it within a foot of that bottom. What that does is those fish they're hunkered down in that eelgrass and they're going to come out and attack. Right, guys, as I mentioned, just go ahead and give it a nice long cast. Give it about a 5 second countdown. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then give it a nice slow retrieve. What you want to do is get those blades working. You want that bait to get right over the top of that eelgrass and just hovering above. As I mentioned, in that 1 to 2 foot above the eelgrass, even bumping the eelgrass is awesome. So you just want to get it to go. Like I can feel the grass there. Speed up a little bit, slow it down, stop. You just want to give that bait a couple of different presentations. It's a very effective technique out here on these bass. And keeping in that zone is the utmost importance. So on your retrieval, if you speed up, that bait's going to rise out of the water column, and if you slow down, it's going to drop down inside. So vary your speeds. You speed up, bring it up a little bit, slow down, drop it down, but keep it right up in that 1 to 2 feet above that eelgrass. That's going to be the most important thing. And also on the retrieve, vary your speeds as well. If you give it a little pull, it's going to speed up. What's going to happen is those baits are going to come closer together. When you slow down, they're going to open back up. So it's kind of like a squid or an octopus if you think about it. The bait itself is a big pronged bait, so they all stick out. Every time you speed up, they actually suck in a little bit closer, and you slow down and they pull back out. So fish, they might be stalking that bait for a long time if you're at a steady retrieve, but if you slow it down and it spreads them back out, a lot of times that'll entice them to go ahead and make that strike and chase that bait for you. If you're winding these fish in and you feel a little bump or a tick, stop. Let that fish catch up to that bait. A lot of times they're going to take a little whack at it, but they'll definitely come back at it. A lot of times they're just stalking, but if they get that bait to stop or vary its movement, that's when they're going to make their strike. Halibut. Never know what you're gonna get. And these A-rigs, they're incredible in these local harbors. You never know what you're gonna get. Halibut could be anything from mackerel to calico bass, spotted bay bass, sand bass. Whatever you're gonna find in the harbor, they're gonna attack these Alabama rigs. Very, very cool baits. Right at the boat. There's another nice bass. Here's another one, looking good. And I do appreciate y'all checking in. If you like these tips and techniques, please do me a favor, subscribe to daviesworldfishing.com up here on the right-hand side, and check out my blog, daviesworld.com. That's got lots of tips, techniques. I've got trip reports, all kinds of fun stuff on there as well. Thanks again for checking in. That's what we're after.